Friends, today we are going to discuss the poem Once Upon a Time by Gabriel Okara. So, before going to our poem, let's look at the poet first. Gabriel Okara. Gabriel Okara, whose full name was Gabriel Imamotimi Okara. He was born on 21st April 1921 in Bumandi, Nigeria. He was a Nigerian poet and novelist and first modernist poet of Anglophone Africa. He has been called the Nigerian negritudeist and one of the founders of modern Nigerian and African literature. In 1953, his poem The Call of the River Nun won an award at the Nigerian Festival of Arts. He is best known for his early experimental novel The Voice. It was published in 1964, and his collection of poetry The Fisherman's Invocation. It was published in 1978, and The Dreamer, His Vision. It was published in 2005. And other his major works are two collection of children's poetry. The first one is Little Snake and Little Frog. It was published in 1981. And An Adventure to Juju Island. It was published in 1992. Some of his poems appeared regularly in the influential periodical Black Orpheus. Okara died on 25th March 2019 at Yenagaon, Nigeria. Then next, let's have a look at the writing style of Okara. Okara incorporated African thoughts, religion, folklore, and imagery into both his verse and prose. He has been extremely successful in capturing the moods, sights, and sounds of Africa. He is highly self-sophisticated and did not get influenced by other poets. That means Okara can be considered as highly original and uninfluenced by other poets. His poems shows great sensitivity, perceptive judgments, and a tremendous energy. Another important point is that the clash between traditional African culture and modern Western culture. That means Okara shows a concern on the topic of what happens when the ancient culture of Africa is faced with modern Western culture. His poetry is based on a series of contrasts in which symbols are neatly balanced against each other. Once Upon a Time, an introduction. The poem Once Upon a Time, written in the form of a conversation between a father and son, where the father wants to learn from his son how go back to normality and wants to unlearn his fake personality. The poem highlights the guilt and resentment of an African man. Poem illustrate the change of lifestyle, values, and morals in the independent Africa. That means poem talk about the changes a father has seen in him throughout his life, which have been influenced by the way society has changed. Then he talked about the artificial relationship and manners that existing in the present African society. But at the same time, he also remembers the way people used to behave and interact with each other in the past. Okara laments the lost innocence of youth, and he condemns the hypocrisy of adult. They adopting masks they adopting masks for different occasions for lying, cheating, and betraying. Various childhood is portrayed as a time of honest laughter and spontaneity. So, according to Okara, past is better than the present, and he wants to relive the past. The mood of the poem is nostalgic. There are 7 stanzas in this poem, and the stanzas divided into 3. And the first 3 stanzas talks about the innocence various. The next 3 stanzas portrays experience. Furthermore, the poet is constantly reflecting on the 2 times of the life. In last three stanzas, speaker wants unlearn all those muting things that he learned from the westernized African society. So, throughout the poem, the poet talks about his journey from childhood to adulthood or the journey from innocence to experience. Then the title of the poem, Once Upon a Time, is suggests something so far-fetched. That means it's feel like going back in time. The poem starts with a phrase, once upon a time, and the starting is like a fairy tale. Then the major themes of this poem. First one is changes. The changes that happen in the behavior of people or the changes that happen in the society. The next one is hypocrisy of the society. Another one, innocence to journey from innocence to experience. And the last one is clash of culture and values. So, this is all about the introductory part of the poem Once Upon a Time, and the remaining part will be discussed in next video. Thank you.